Okay, let me get started, put everything together. Welcome. My name is Anthony Milton. I decided to put this broadcast together because I was thinking about what I'm going to write. Thinking about what can I say? Who am I to say anything? Am I a perpetrator? Am I pretending? Am I pretending to be someone I'm not? And I'm seeking status or notoriety or prestige or anything like that. And I wanted to have a message where it can be thought of. If I had not wrote this myself, and knowing the type of person I am, and if someone would ask me or told me about this particular video, which I'm going to upload on YouTube also, I would have think that I would have been glad that someone had pointed me to the video, because when I went back and read over the things that I put together, I was astonished that it came out the way it did. I did not have any pre-planned notes sitting on my desk, pre-planned material or research material. It's just that a thought came to me when I was asked a specific question, and I talked to myself and say, well, why don't you write something? And then the self-talk got in and say, well, why would you write anything? Who's going to listen to you? Or what do you have to say? You know, the talk that we get when we want to do something, we attempt to talk ourselves out of it. And sometimes we do talk ourselves out of it. But this particular time, I did not talk myself out of it. So I came up with this title, I Have a Dream Too, because everyone have a dream. It's just that they don't fulfill them, or they get sidetracked. But I was thinking this morning, I was saying during the time of Martin Luther King Jr. speeches, the internet has not been made public. His speech, which I'm going to bring out, one of them was in 1963, I Have a Dream. And then the others was uploaded to YouTube when internet was introduced to us. So when he went to the Washington Mall or Lincoln Mall, where the mass crowd gathered together and people was able to see him on TV. A lot of individuals, were not born at the time of MLK, and we didn't have the internet for those of us who could not have make it to the events. Even all events that he had over the years was broadcast on television and radio, and then eventually found its way to the YouTube channel and the Facebook channel and the History channel and a lot of channels. And we always hear about Martin Luther King Jr. off and on, but mostly on the day that's honoring him, what he stood for, what he believed. And then after that, we wait till next year. And I was thinking, what can I say? What dream do I have? So this is my dream. I have a dream too. I wrote it down. I'm going to read it word for word so it can be heard and understood. And I also prepared it on paper. So those of you who like what you heard and you want a copy of it, I will upload it to my website, He Still Speaks Now Listen, for you to get a copy of it, so you can have it and share. Because I feel and believe it's interesting, thought-provoking, can be inspiring, can be an eye-opener. You may agree, you may disagree, you may not like what you heard, you may like what you hear, you may say it's about time, but let it speak to you. Let it speak to your heart and your mind and your soul. Let it speak to where you are. It can go across any race, male, female, black, white, Chinese, whomever. It can touch anybody if they want to hear a good message. So I will begin by saying, I have a dream too. It is from my live Facebook broadcast. This broadcast was not a planned event. Someone asked me, was I'm working on Martin Luther King holiday? I told him yes. I have forgotten his holiday, and I'm sure I'm not the only one. I had recalled, I had listened to Martin Luther King. I heard several of his speeches during my lifetime. Today is Martin Luther King holiday. Speeches had been given, and speeches will continue to be given into tomorrow, honoring him for what he had done, did, and what he stood for. Tomorrow, people will go on with their lives. There will be no overflow from Martin Luther King holiday that causes a masses visible change in people's lives. There will be individual commitment to cause a difference in the lives of others and themselves. I'm sure some blacks do not know what Martin Luther King did or stood for. Black history is not taught in the public school. Of course, we have Black History Month, and afterward it's back to normal. Here's a part of Martin Luther King 1963 speech. I have a dream that my 4 little children will one day live in a nation where they will be not judged by the color of their skin, but the contents of their character. I heard many voices from the white and black race saying, judge the blacks by the color of their skin. This is going backward. I'm sure there are a few individuals that will agree and say, what's wrong with it? It's for a cause. It has more of an impact. So why shouldn't we use indiscriminately, unknowingly, that blacks should be judged? Some people believe in stealing, that there's nothing wrong with rioting and stealing and looting and setting fires and injuring and killing people, because it sends a message that they are tired of being oppressed. I say this is wrong. Foolish thinking. It gets us nowhere. I do not want to be a crab in your basket, be thrown into the hot water of incarceration, hospital, or even into the grave. Martin Luther King, I Have a Dream speech reminded me of one of my sayings. The cover of the person's book looked good, but I want to know the contents about the book. What you say reveal your contents thinking. To make it simple, we all have a physical body that is our book cover. It draws attention. What I'm interested in the contents within the book, and what you say reveal the contents of your character and your morality. As I thought about Martin Luther King holiday, this thought came to mind. I have a dream too. From my insight about Martin Luther King's speeches, I wrote, I have a dream too. Maybe it's time for a new speech that people can rally around to cause them to think about their behaviors and what they are saying. I want this speech to call every listener to think about his or her behaviors and everyday decisions. Does your decision inspire, encourage, build up, revive people, or does it hurt, harm them mentally or physically? Again, I was reminded that I have a dream too. There are others who have a dream and some do not. Without a dream or desire to reach your true purpose in life, you will follow group thinking dreams. People who think they know what's best for you and I. They do not know my dream because they never ask. My dream differs from those who have a dream. What are your dreams or desires? Does it benefit you or someone else? Some people dislike to share their dreams because they do not want people praying against them. They think their dream is stupid and it's not achievable. Excuse me. I have a dream too, that one day I can cause a change in people's lives. I have a dream too, that one day people will wake up from being asleep while they are awake When they do, they will see all they had missed, how the culture is changing, and they are to blame. I have a dream too that one day American blacks will quit using race as an excuse not to do better and to better themselves in every opportunity given to them. I have a dream too that one day the American black male will take care of their responsibilities as those children they had abandoned. I have a dream too that one day American blacks will become a family unit again, whereas a black child can grow up into a two-family parent household. I have a dream too that someday the American blacks will realize that there are blacks in authority position to do something, do not want them to succeed because they're keeping them on the mental slave plantation, which with lies that would enriches them. I have a dream too that one day that the American black female will say no to any man who wants to engage in a sexual relationship before they are married. I have a dream too that one day the American black male realize that they are somebody, not stupid or ignorant. They are here on this earth to be a blessing. They must realize that they have a rich, prosperous history. Many inventions came from the minds of black individuals. They must research their true history. I have a dream too that one day young black male will abandon their desire to sell drugs to their own race, resist the temptation, get a job, go back to school if they need to. I have a dream too that one day that American black males will realize that black Americans before them have paved the way for them to have a dream and to achieve it. I have a dream too that one day that the American black who drop out of school for whatever reason return to get a GED, resist their pride, get an education because the lack of education prevents them from advancing in society. Have a dream too that one day the American blacks realize they are not useless or cannot achieve anything without government help. I have a dream too that one day the American black male will realize that they are a divided race, cannot stand, survive, have no strength in numbers, no power, no authority to make a change for what they are crying for. And most of all, they are easily picked off. I have a dream too that an American black male will stop hating one another because of the color of their skin, education, wealth, property, and their dream. I have a dream too that the American blacks will begin to support black businesses. I have a dream too that the American black will help one another when they see their own has fallen, resist pointing the finger of condemnation because they will reap, it will come back onto them. I have a dream too that one day that American black male will be a blessing to those who are in need, regardless of race or sex. I have a dream too that one day the American black male will start wearing earrings, which is a sign of being a slave. Do your homework, pull up their trousers, and begin to set an example for other young black males. I have a dream too that one day when any race use the N-word for profit, to insult, to degrade, to demean, they shall be ignored because to join them defines you. Whoever accepts their belief, it reveals their thinking. I have a dream too that American blacks begin to think for themselves and do not follow those in authority that say they speak for us openly, but secretly they want us to remain on their plantation of thinking and belief. I have a dream too that one day the American females desire to be married to a family in a marriage not out of wedlock. I have a dream too that one day an American black male stop impregnating females, abandoning them, and going to another and do the same thing over and over again. I have a dream too that one day that the American black male will come together to solve problems for the neighborhood. One person can make a change. I have a dream too that one day that American blacks quit killing, shooting, stealing, and rioting and harming other blacks in other race. I have a dream too that one day that the American blacks will climb and walk up to their mountain of thoughts and say, I want to see the American blacks come together and live their true purpose and break away from anyone who tells them they lack their intelligence because of their race. I have a dream, too, that one day the American blacks will not follow the thoughts of the movie stars, the singers, the rappers, the newscasters, the talk show hosts, politicians, their mother, wives, family members, thinking that insult any race and use the black race for their own cause to keep the people on the plantation of their beliefs because it benefits them. I have a dream, too, that one day that American black male will realize that they are not monkeys or donkeys and whatever phrase used to define them for that day. They are somebody, not a useless species to be used by any race. I have a dream, too, that God would appear in those who are manifesting his mind, doing all they can do to survive in this country under suppression from those who seek to control their thinking with fear of being arrested, killed, and so on. I have a dream, too, that one day that American people will wake up from being seduced into it's about themselves. I have a dream, too, that one day God will execute judgment on those who think they are above the law and are untouchable. I have a dream, too, that one day people will see the power of God and authority. There will be no doubt that the Lord has appeared. I have a dream, too, that one day righteousness will return in great force, that the people will turn from their wicked ways and repent and confess their sins. I have a dream, too, that one day people realize that all lives matter through the eyes of God, not a selective few. I have a dream, too. I have a dream that one day Christian will commit to following all of God's laws and thoughts. I have a dream, too, that one day truth will manifest to such a degree it covers the lies, rendering powerless in the lives of those who have been captured. I have a dream, too, that one day I will remember that one person from any race can cause a change. We all have a God-given purpose. If you do not know what is your purpose, ask him. I have a dream, too, that one day you will share your dream and hope it changes the thinking of those who are mentally enslaved. I have a dream, too, that one day you who are listening and will listen to, I have a dream to realize that the time has come for you to begin to dream too and share your dream. I have a dream, too, that one day when I wake up, I see my dream manifesting in the lives of people who want to cause a change in themselves and in others, who are tired of the self-imposed thoughts that prevents them from trying. I have a dream, too, that our dreams ring across this land and cause a change, and freedom will ring out from the minds of those who had or have a dream, too. It is my prayer that what you heard be a blessing unto you. As I mentioned, as I started this, it was not pre-planned. These are the thoughts that came to me as I penned them on this paper. We all have a dream. We all must have a dream. Share your dream. When you reveal your dream to a selective few that can help you, you will get the help that you need. A person that has no vision shall perish. Have a dream. I have a dream too, that all of this that I have shared can come to pass. Will it be 100%? No. It can be 50, 60, even 90%. But let the dream come out. When you ride in your neighborhood and see things around you, nothing wrong with praying about what you see. Nothing wrong with thinking about how can you make a difference. We as Black Americans must begin to look at ourselves in the mirror of self and begin to call into question, why am I here on this earth? Yes, it's okay to be married. Yes, it's okay to have family, but am I on this earth to cause havoc to other people? Have I been put on this earth to kill, to steal, to rob, to sell dope to an individual? Have I been put on this earth to cause problems in the lives of anyone? Have I been put on this earth to say, it's all about me, you get what you get, and I get my own? Have I been put on this earth to do what I want to do, and then you can just, get lost? Have I been put on this earth to make a difference? I have a dream too, that I realize that in my lifetime that I have a dream. I had to wake up from my self-imposed thinking that I was this and I was that and I can get this and I can get that, and blaming the white man, as we want to call it. But we need to begin to look in the mirror of ourselves and say, you know what? I blame myself for everything that's happening to me, because I am the one that listens. I'm the one that chooses my thought for that day. In order to change your position, in order to change your lifestyle, in order to change whatever you're going through, you must put yourself around people that's not blaming and accusing anyone for their lack of. If you lack something, you go to school. If you need something, seek someone that can help you. Do not deceive, do not scam, do not scam, do not steal, do not want something that do not belong to you. And brothers and sisters, begin to wake up, because you too have a dream. I have a dream that everything that I have shared with you will begin to resonate through this country in such a way that it will be heard throughout. It won't be a one-day celebration that I have a dream too. It will be every day that you and I wake up, that we have a vision, that we can do whatever we put our mind to. Begin to wake up, look in the mirror. Are you happy with yourself? Are you happy with what you have? Can you do better? But if you can do better, then do better. And then if you do better, put yourself in a position to help those who lack. Individuals are so prideful that they don't want to go back to school. They don't admit that they don't know anything. So help those. Do not put them down. Do not put your fingers at them. Begin to reach out. Help one person. One person can make a difference. You don't know who you pass to today. When you go to the supermarket, when you go to the restaurant, when you're in your car, you don't know what that person is going through when you face them head on. Say hello, open the door for the young lady, do things that you would not normally do. If you lack in an area where you are weak, don't be so prideful and say, you know what, I'm just going to fake it and make it because I know I'm not going to break it. But we as individuals, all of us, black and brown and Chinese and every race on this country has a purpose in life. We are not individuals where we don't amount to anything. Don't believe the lie. They say they speak for you and I. They never came to me and hear what I have to say. Because if they came to me and asked me, what do you say about this or that, they will get some of what you have heard today. Begin to wake up, brothers and sisters. Begin to wake up, American. Begin to wake up and let your dream manifest. Because the dream that you may have may not be for you only. It may be for someone else. Because when you dream and share your dream, you never know that someone that has the power and authority and the finances and whatever they have, that they can help you. But when you remain quiet and silent, because you're afraid to reveal that you lack, then guess what? Your dream will die. Don't rely on your looks, your appearance, or what you have, because you can lose it with a blink of an eye. I have a dream, and you have one too. Realize that dream and make a difference in your life first, where you can be an example for someone else to follow, and they will have a dream, and you have a mass wave of people saying, I can do better. I'm not going to blame. I'm not going to accuse. I'm not going to do this or that to hurt others. I'm going to begin to be used. Because if I drop dead tomorrow, what have you left for someone to follow? What have you left that someone can learn from? Are they going to learn because you was a drug dealer or alcoholic? Are they going to learn that you was a rabble-rouser? Are they going to learn that you was a gangbanger? You sold drugs to your own people? Are they going to learn from that? Yes, of course, some individuals are going to learn from that, and they're going to take to the street and sell and do the same thing, but they're all going to meet incarceration, be killed, or bad things going to happen to them. Realize the dream for you. Everyone has a dream. It may not be for you, but it may be for someone else that needs to hear your dream to inspire them. If you like what you have heard, comment and share it with your friends and family members, and allow them to hear what you heard. Let them to decide if what they heard, they liked it. And again, if you like what you heard, you can in the chat button, just text me or give me a comment, and I'll send you a copy. But I will tweak this and look it over for errors the best of my abilities. Excuse me, and I will upload it to the YouTube channel in its entirety. The speech I will upload to my channel, He Still Speaks Now Listen.org. All one word, all lowercase, He Still Speaks Now Listen.org. And my YouTube channel that I always point out is The Hidden Tears of a Black Male. Someone asked me the other day, why do you call it The Hidden Tears of a Black Male? I said because I always watch the TV shows and I hear women saying, my man left me for this or that reason. But very rarely you see a television show where a man is expressing his hurt and his desires and what he would like to happen. So I wrote a book titled The Hidden Tears of a Black Male, put together the channel to be a centralized point where I broadcast messages that I feel that will be helpful for any race, that they will understand that I can tell when someone is crying because we see the tears. But how can we tell if someone is hurting if we see no tears? By the behaviors of that individual will show you their hidden tears. And what can wipe away the tears? The truth that they need. They must first admit they have a problem, and then the operation begin. Thank you. Have a good night.